The new Five Nights at Freddy's movie just released. I have thoughts and feelings, especially in regards to pacing, and yes, I am here to talk about it. Five Nights at Freddy's, the movie, is based off of Five Nights at Freddy's, the game. In full transparency, I have only played the first game, and I only played till about night 3 because that shit was terrifying, and I literally could not make it through the rest of the game. And that's why I fell in love with it. Enjoy my life. Hell no! And I feel like the movie was kind of missing that. Now, I saw the movie yesterday, Friday, which is when it came out, because I was really excited. I love the game Five Nights at Freddy's, the one that I played. And I just thought it would bring me that same fear that I get when I'm playing the game. And it didn't do that for me. I found out the day before that it was rated PG-13. So I already was like, okay, PG-13, we're definitely not about to get an R-rated experience. This isn't about to be Saw. And that was really disappointing. It felt more like they were making a movie for kids versus bringing the video game to life, if that makes sense. I mean, even with something as basic as that initial phone call that you get when you go into your first night or your first few nights working at Five Nights at Freddy's, and the guy is saying, hey, like, you need to watch these cameras, but also watch those animatronics, because at night they go into this mode where they just walk around. And if they see you at night, they're going to think that you are an animatronic outside of its suit, and they're going to try to put you in a suit.
The characters do tend to wander a bit.
What?
They're left in some kind of free roaming mode at night.
Oh, hell no.
Servo. These characters, if they happen to see you after hours, probably won't recognize you as a person. Probably try to forcefully stuff you inside a Freddy Fazbear suit.
Hello? I feel like he didn't really say that in the movie. He was like, yeah, you're going to be a security guard for this closed down pizzeria type situation.
Just keep your eyes on the monitors and keep people out.
Catch you on the flip side.
Hopefully.
But he didn't really explain why he should be afraid. I feel like the pacing was really slow. And again, I understand that I haven't played all the game, and I know that there is a shit ton of lore behind Five Nights at Freddy's, but isn't a movie supposed to be viewed from any point of view? I shouldn't have had to play the entire game series to understand the movie, and I felt like the movie was really drawn out. Hey y'all, my name is Nay. If you are new to my channel, I do movie and TV show commentary and recs, and I'm here to talk to you about the new Five Nights at Freddy's movie. When I first got into Five Nights at Freddy's and I pulled up that menu and I hit start game, and I'm sitting there, you know, POV, trying to close these doors and watch the camera and close the door and watch the camera close it, and if you played it, you know. I just didn't get that feeling when I was watching the movie. Now, I have done a little bit of research on the lore behind Five Nights at Freddy's, but to be completely honest, it is a lot of lore, and I haven't fully dug into it, but I do know that, you know, there was a man who was kidnapping children. He killed them, he put them in the suits. His daughter really loved it. They opened up like 5 other pizzerias, that sort of thing. 2 people opened it at once, and then his son died and his daughter died. I get it. I get that there's a whole story behind it, but I don't feel like they played the story the right way in the movie, if that makes sense. They did a lot of flashbacks. I think if I were expecting another movie, like a Five Nights at Freddy's Part 2, or if they were going to do a security breach movie version, like they have a security breach game, I can see why they spent the time to do all the world building and give this crazy backstory about how his brother got kidnapped and flip it around. It was the girl's dad. Like, I get why they would do that if they were coming out with another movie. But with no talks of a sequel or a prequel or anything like that, it feels kind of mid. I just didn't get that same fear that I get when playing Five Nights at Freddy, and that's something that I was really, really expecting. So at the end of it all, I walked away, like I walked out of the theater being kind of disappointed because I just didn't get that same fear that the game does a great job at putting in you. Should I say putting in you? I don't know if that... I'm gonna go with it. Stake your minds out of the gutter. Another thing kind of in line with what I was saying before, Freddy and the crew didn't feel creepy. They were playing with the little girl, and maybe they did that in some of the other Five Nights at Freddy's games, but they were like playing with her, like they were friendly, they tickling her and stuff. I want y'all to kill her. Like, y'all was trying to kill people. Like, I don't know. I know that on the first night, Five Nights at Freddy's the first night, nothing really happens, right? You're paranoid and you're panicking, so you're looking at the camera, closing the doors. You're probably gonna run out of battery a few times. But they didn't even do a good job of explaining that. Like, they kept saying, oh, the power is kind of wonky. Okay, yeah, the power's kind of wonky, but like, no, you need to explain the fact that the electricity is connected to these doors and these cameras, and if he's not constantly looking at the cameras, Foxy's gonna jump down and come running. Did the movie make you feel like that? Because the movie didn't capture that essence for me. I get the feeling that they really wanted this movie to be able to be viewed by children, and so they made it PG-13, and that just kind of took away all the fear. I am terrified when I'm playing Five Nights at Freddy's, and when I'm watching this movie, I'm going, oh, haha, that's cute. It's like a comedy with some horror in it versus a horror movie. But that's it. I didn't want to go into too much detail, and I guess I really don't have a place to go into too much detail, speaking as a person who doesn't know the full lore. Maybe they completely captured all the lore in the movie and I just am unaware, so I don't know. But as someone who's only played game 1, fell in love with game 1 and really, really loved it, it just didn't do it for me. I was really expecting more fear. Like, I wanted to be like this in my seat, and I more so was like waiting for the things to happen. That never happened. If you saw Five Nights at Freddy's and you have played all of the games and you've read all the lore and you know the entire story, please let me know if I'm just reading this wrong because I am lacking information. I would really love to hear from some people who actually have all the details. Maybe the movie was actually fantastic. If you enjoyed this video, consider giving it a like and subscribing to my channel for more content like this, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Subscribe. So I literally just finished editing this video, and this is such an L on my part, like I'm taking an L on this. I didn't realize that the guy who gave him the job, the guy on the phone, is her dad. I had the 2 clips. They just happened when I was looking for clips to put in the video. They just happened to be side by side. And I was like, the guy that's leaving the message at the beginning and the guy that's taking off the yellow bunny suit is the same guy. Did not know that that was her dad. In my defense, I have a problem with facial recognition. Like, sometimes I'll see 2 people. This is what my friends tell me. I'll see 2 people and they look nothing alike, and I'll be like, they look alike. And apparently I didn't connect the dots that this was the same person. So that's an L on my part. That makes the movie a little bit better. The guy who gave him the job is the actual guy. That makes it a little bit better, but it still didn't redeem it completely. I'm going to go add this little piece to the video and take my L, because that was such a fail on my part. Bye. Versus recreating. Also, another thing that didn't really fit.